Hi, and welcome to IELTShelp.com's General IELTS Test Preparation videos. For 6 original practice exams, over 100 hours of video lessons, and a fully interactive course for your phone, tablet, and PC. Visit and join our premium package at www.IELTShelp.com. Now in this lesson, you will see a German candidate who would score 8.5 for his performance on the speaking interview. Now watch and learn. Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. May I see your identification, please?
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you. And what is your full name?
My last name is Meyer. My first name is Leon. You can refer to me as Leo.
Okay, Leo. The exam has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. I'm going to record this for marking purposes. For part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic.
Okay.
Here's your identification back.
Thank you.
Who do you live with?
I live with my girlfriend in a 1-bedroom apartment in downtown Munich.
Where do you go to relax?
So when I want to relax, I go to the gym and exercise for an hour. I know it does not sound too relaxing, but it is for me.
Let's talk about teachers. Who was your favorite teacher?
I would say my favorite teacher was my gym class instructor in grade 12. That was Mr. Klaus. He had a very positive attitude, and yeah, he inspired me to be athletic.
Where do you learn from a teacher?
I think obviously in the classroom, but today it can also be virtual learning or physical learning. For example, I take YouTube classes or yoga classes on YouTube.
What is important to be a good teacher?
I would say that one of the most important characteristics of a good teacher is patience, because it's very easy to lose your patience with students and to give up on instruction.
Have you ever taught anyone?
Oh yeah, I have. I've been working part-time as a German instructor. I'm very passionate about languages and helping other people, and so this is an activity that I've done most of my adult life.
If you could teach any subject, what would it be?
That would be public speaking classes. As I said, I'm very passionate about helping other people to communicate, and I think that communication today is really the key to success.
That is the end of part 1. Now for part 2, I'm going to give you a card. Here it is. Please don't turn that over yet.
Okay.
And here is some note paper, and here is a pencil. You will have 1 minute to look at the questions on the card, think about your answer. You may take notes in the 1 minute if you wish, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak.
Okay.
I will tell you when to start, when to stop. Are you ready to begin?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, then your 1 minute preparation time begins. Now go ahead and turn over the card.
Okay.
Okay, that is the end of the 1 minute. Leo, please begin speaking.
Okay, so arguably the most important body of water for the German economy, that is the North Sea. It connects Germany with the other major European countries like Norway, France, Britain, and it spans roughly 500 kilometers in length and 120 kilometers across. And I would say it has dark blue water. It is usually quite rough. So what I mean by that is that there are often storms and the waves are quite large. So that is one of the places where they first tried to generate energy from wave power. Then in ancient times it was used for exploration, for military, and for trade. So many German sailors, they set sails to the seas to discover the world, and not only Europe, they also went to Africa, to Asia, to America, and they brought with them furs and steel to trade them against other goods like gold and silver. And then in modern times, the North Sea is still used for many of the same purposes as in the ancient times. So it's an exit and an entry port for a lot of tourists that come to Germany, but also for Germans that go to other places by the way of cruise ships. And then large cargo of cars, for example, enter the German market through the North Sea, like cars from the US or from Japan. And on the other hand, for example, cars like Mercedes exit the German market via the North Sea as well.
Okay, your time is up, Leo. I'm going to stop you there. And please give back the pencil, the card, and the note paper.
Yeah.
Thank you. And now we will continue with part 3. For part 3, I will ask you some more questions related to the topic of part 2. Let's talk about trade and commerce.
Right.
Why is it important for countries to trade goods and services with each other?
Well, I think the most important argument is that none of the countries is able to provide all the necessities and produce all the necessities that the citizens consume by itself. So the countries rely on trade to supply this demand.
Can you give some examples?
Yeah, of course. Like I would say Germans import bananas, for example, from Honduras. And on the other hand, we export steel to nations that need it.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of importing products from other countries that are also available locally?
I think one of the major disadvantages is that it is very bad for the inner economy. So it's a loss of business because labor in some countries of the world is so cheap that Germans just cannot compete with that. So on the other hand, one advantage is that the products become more affordable or available at more affordable rates.
If trading among nations were to suddenly stop, how would this affect people's lives?
Well, as I said, that none of the countries can supply the demand by themselves. So if international commerce ceased, then the products would become unavailable.
Is this good or bad?
Well, that would be bad because, for example, I like tropical fruits and we would not have bananas anymore.
Let's talk about product and service delivery. What are the most common ways that products and services are delivered to customers?
I think to individuals, it's most common to deliver by a carrier, like the Post or DHL. And for retailers, it can be like boats, planes, or trains to get the products to the final destination.
Which is the best and why?
I think usually the best is the cheapest, the fastest, and most eco-friendly. So if you would ask me, then I would say that trains are quite good.
How will product and service delivery systems change in the future?
I think that drone delivery might become commonplace. Recently, I've seen a documentary on TV where they had drones delivering pizza to the customers.
How long will this take?
Well, we already have the drone, so I don't think it will take too long, maybe half a decade or so.
Why are multinational corporations always looking for different ways to deliver products?
As I said, the best way is usually the cheapest, fastest, and most environmentally friendly. So I think these are the main motivators, I think.
That is the end of part 3. That concludes the speaking section of the exam. You will have your mark in about 2 weeks' time with the other parts of the test. Please make sure to remember to take your ID with you and have a great rest of your day, Leo.
Thank you very much, Adrian.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Why does this German candidate deserve a band score of 8.5? This is almost a perfect score and very close to an expert user of the English language. Number 1, he is extremely fluent, and number 2, he is very coherent. Notice how he is able to answer quickly for the questions, fluently, giving complete answers. He gives the answer, an explanation, and often includes examples. Also, he uses a wide range of grammar and lexical resource. Throughout the speaking, he uses present perfect, conditionals, adjective clauses seamlessly. As well, he joins his ideas with subordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions, and coordinating conjunctions. Take a look at some of these examples.
Well, as I said, that none of the countries can supply the demand by themselves. So if international commerce ceased, then the products would become unavailable. I think that drone delivery might become commonplace. Recently, I've seen a documentary on TV where they had drones delivering pizza to the customers.
So why does the student lose half a band score? Why does he not get that perfect 9? Well, there are a few slight mistakes. For instance, there are a few places where he uses prepositions incorrectly. Now, this is very common. Even native speakers will sometimes make mistakes with the use of prepositions. Don't worry too much about this. In addition, a couple of times his word choice is a little bit awkward. It's not quite natural, not exactly what a native speaker would choose in that context.
Well, I think the most important argument is that none of the countries is able to provide all the necessities and produce all the necessities that the citizens consume by itself.
Nevertheless, a band 8.5 is an extremely high score, even higher than what many native speakers could get if they were to sit the IELTS exam. Make sure to watch this video a couple of times, repeat the sentences, the questions, the answers, and practice at home. Good luck the next time you sit your test.
To see many more great examples of speaking interviews, to get those really high band scores in the IELTS exam, for 6 original practice tests, over 100 hours of video lessons, and a fully interactive course for your phone, tablet, and PC, visit and join our premium online course at www.gieltshelp.com. Subscribe to our channel, click here. Watch more videos, click over here. Or click our IELTS Hero for 100 hours of complete video lessons, 6 original practice exams, and strategies to pass IELTS.